Good evening, YouTube. This is Man All the Rage, George Page, coming to you live on YouTube. As you know, I did a video where I gave happy birthday, belated birthday wishes to one Mr. Terrence Amaro, aka Ice-T. And I just found out also born on this same day is another legendary gentleman, actor, uh, just an actor. He is just amazing person. He does so much for not just for our community, for all communities of children. This man has been on television and movies for so many years. He really got kids to read. But many of you, if you grew up like me in the good part of the 80s and 90s, would know him more from his series Reading Rainbow and also from the series Star Trek Next Generation. And if some who grew up in the good part of the 70s might know him as Kunta Kinte or Toby. And this gentleman is one Mr. Levar Robert Martin Burton Jr., or better known short is Levar Burton. Now, Levar was originally born in West Germany. It's kind of funny. Black man. I think he grew up in a military family. As you know, if he was in West Germany, that's the other side of the wall. Back then, that was the communist side, while East Germany was more the capitalist side, as you would say. Now, Levar started his career acting at a young age, and he got into the acting bug. His first movie was around in 1976. Was called Elmo's a Man, and I remember seeing that movie. It starred Midge St. Clair, and you might remember her as the mother of Eddie Murphy's character from Coming to America. She was a great actress. I think she was of Jamaican descent. She did a lot of TV shows and movies. And then in '77, he played, Kunta Kinte, which was in the Alex Haley miniseries Roots on ABC. And also there was in the '80s Roots, the Gift, which was a movie that he did was called like going back to Kunta Kinte. Him and James Amos, who played James from the John Amos, who played James from Good Times, both for Kunta Kinte. He was Levar was young Kunta Kinte, and Mr. Amos was older Kunta Kinte. Now, for a while he did some stuff. He worked with some actors like Steve McQueen in the movie Hunter. He did a lot of other movies and stuff like that. But around in '83, he also did some. He was in remember he was in that video cameo Word Up. He was the cop coming in there and trying to bust him, and he got into the party. And then about '83, he started the PBS children's book series Reading Rainbow. Take a look, it's in a book, it's Reading Rainbow. I used to love watching that show. And I remember just something funny. I remember this comedian. I used to watch Comic View a lot. I've said it before. This Comic View was a great show. It was on BET. It was great comedy. And this comedian talking about how he was watching Levar Burton on on Reading Rainbow and said, "Kunta, Toby, the master know you reading? You better get around from here, Toby." And then in the '80s, he started in the series Star Trek Next Generation, which is a spinoff from the Star Trek series, where he played Lieutenant Geordi LaForge. And he played the character for at least about, from a good part of the '89 to the series end around about '94. And then he also played the character in the Star Trek movies. And then during the '90s, he played the character Kwame on the series Captain Planet, which was the environmental anime series. When I used to love watching Captain Planet. He was Kwame was the leader, and he was from Africa. He had the ring. Said, "Let our powers be combined, Earth." And instead again, he starred in the next 4 Star Trek Next Generation movies, and I think it was the second movie, he got the clone eyes. He didn't have to wear the visor anymore. So, that was good, And it's kind of funny with Star Trek. The only 2 big black stars on that show, Michael Dorn is Worf, Levar is Geordi. I remember some people talking about how, the one black guy's blind and the other black guy look like a monster. But I progress. But he's a great, And then there was a while back when Alex Trebek passed away, and there was a campaign about making um, Levar the new host of Jeopardy. And I think he probably would have been a good host, but I think they went with that guy King Jennings, and he's a father and a husband. He has two daughters, I think, and also his wife Stephanie Kozart. They've been married for quite some time, and since 1992, I think. And he has won many awards for his work, daytime Emmys. For Reading Rainbow, he won his first Emmy for Kunta Kinte in Roots. He has won Peabody Awards. He has been honored with a Hollywood Walk of Fame. I mean, he has done so much in his career, and he's an amazing man. I mean, and growing up as a kid, watching him, and he got me, like I used to watch Sesame Street as a kid, and Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers and those shows really got me into reading, education, and just expanding my mind. And he's just one of those guys. He even did an episode of Mr. Rogers. I remember watching it. I still watch Mr. Rogers when I was up to a certain point because, hey, Mr. Rogers is a great show. Come on, who don't love Mr. Rogers? If you don't love Mr. Rogers, you got a problem. But like I said, yesterday was his birthday, and like I said, I just wanted to recognize him since it's a Black History Month, and he himself is just as much part of Black history more than anything for being Kunta Kinte, Jordan LaForge, also, the man behind who got millions and millions of children, not, just to start reading and take reading seriously. So like I said, I want to wish a very, very happy birthday to Mr. Levar Burton Jr. and many, many more. It's your man on Ray George page. Don't subscribe. I'm out.